Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the first ever River City Brass virtual gala. Well, normally we go downtown and book some hotel, but we can stay in the comfort of our own homes, internationally that is, and in some ways that's a very nice thing. This evening you're going to meet some beautiful people in a red carpet welcome, and then you're going to hear a live performance. Yes, a live performance with real musicians playing together in the same room at the end of the evening. And without more ado, let's start with a bit of music. This is by the Austrian composer Richard Strauss. It's his fanfare for the Wiener Philharmoniker. We hope you enjoy it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, like many other arts groups around here and elsewhere, the River City Brass Band has been shut down since early March. It's pretty tough. We had to cancel 11 of our own subscription concerts, and we lost a whole host of other engagements outside. And what does that mean for the musicians? Apart from the fact that they're not able to play together, which is a disaster in our lives, they're not earning. And so I would ask you, if you feel like it, to give a wee donation this evening to help the musicians, and that would be greatly appreciated. You're going to meet a few of them now, some former members and some founder members. We hope you enjoy them.
Hi everybody, I'm Bernie Black. I'm an original member of the River City Brass Band. In 1981, I had the good fortune to audition for Bob Burnett for a newly formed group called the River City Brass Band. Bob was a visionary, very talented musician, composer, and arranger. And with the support of the board of directors at the time, Bill Adams, Dave Figgins, John and Lucine Morris, the Sargent family, and others, they made his vision a reality. His vision was to perform an annual concert series and tour across the country and the world, while spreading the good news about Pittsburgh. And for the next 37 years, I had the time of my life performing with some of the greatest musicians in the world. Bob could be a little quirky. One time at Carnegie Hall, while we were performing one of our most difficult test pieces, Upon conclusion, Bob went to the microphone and told the audience, "We can do that better." Well, he turned around to the brass band and he said, "We're going to play that again." Stunned as we all were, we pulled the piece back out of the folders and we performed it again, and even much better. Cut to 30 years later, the next best thing that ever happened to the brass band was the appointment of James Gourlay as music director. This internationally acclaimed artist and director, through his music talent, business savvy, and that Scottish flair that we all know and love, took us to the next level. All along, we couldn't do this without your support and the dedication of the board of directors. Thank you very much for that support, and we hope that you continue to support the River City Brass Band. I know for sure that James and the band can't wait to get back on stage and perform for you. Have a great evening, stay safe and healthy, and thank you again. Bye.
On a cold day in November 1981, 27 members of the River City Brass Band walked onto the stage for the very first time. The place was Carnegie Music Hall, Oakland. The first song, The Men of Harlech. Now, I should know this because I was there. In fact, I'm the last original member of the River City Brass Band who played that concert in 1981. My name is Dave Pica, and I play principal horn. I've done this for 39 seasons. And in those 39 seasons, I've developed many memories of playing in the band. I played some great music. Some I really enjoyed playing. There were some I really didn't care much for, but it was my job to play it anyway. So I had to play it whether I liked it or not. Another memory that comes to my mind is when we were in Australia to help them celebrate their bicentenary in 1988. Bob always introduced the sections of the band. Trombones, cornets, flugelhorn. And in Australia, they have a big brass band movement there. So every time he mentioned French horns instead of tenor horns, there were some people actually booed us from the audience. So to get back at them, we were playing a piece called Slaughter on 10th Avenue. And I played a little solo at the beginning. And then halfway through the piece, Bob was a very good arranger. He arranged this piece. He had the horns play stopped horn. Now, for those of you who don't know what stopped horn is, you know our hands are always in the bell of the horn. But if I would cut my hand like this and completely plug up the hole of the bell, it has a very nasal quality, something French horns are known to do, especially in Mahler symphonies. So he had us play a stopped horn passage in that arrangement. So we played it, and when we were done with that little section, he actually turned around and faced the audience and looked down at somebody and said, "Try doing that with a tenor horn." So got some chuckles from the band member and maybe some audience members as well. On that note, I'd like to right now thank everyone, you, the audience, for coming to our shows these past 39 years. Dave Figgins, God bless you. I still see you at Carnegie Music Hall to this day. I remember you the first day, the first rehearsal, you made your speech. And I remembered you saying, "I have never failed at anything I do." And you were spot on with this one. The band kept going. Thanks, Dave, for all your support. Keep coming. I'd like to thank all the board members, all the hard work they've done. I've heard stories where in the 80s, there were some hard times with River City, money-wise. Board members would actually sit down at their house. They had a little meeting with Bob. I think Bernie Black was at one of them. The board member actually sat there and wrote a personal check to the River City Brass Band so we could make payroll. So it's people like that that really kept the band going all these years. And I thank you very much. It gave me a job for all these years.
Hi, my name is Gabriel Colby, and I play Associate Principal Trombone with River City Brass. I've been in the band since 2014, and at that time, River City Brass was a huge stepping stone for me personally to be able to support myself financially as a full-time musician. So I'm very grateful to have had that opportunity and to still be a member of the band. River City is also a very unique organization in that we have a concert series that runs 7 months, and we play even more than that if you consider some of our run-out shows. And that makes us unique, not only in the country, but in the world as the most working brass band that there is. And not only that, but the level of musicianship is extremely high, and the camaraderie within the group is just awesome. And I have to say, as a trombone player, the music is super challenging in a way that's very exciting and just keeps me on top of my game as a musician. As far as my favorite memories with the band, I would be remiss not to include the trip a few of us in River City took to Dhaka, Bangladesh, to do some community work and education and performance out there. We worked mainly with the American school in Dhaka, but also were able to visit the old city of Dhaka and give some performances to some really underprivileged communities. And that trip was so eye-opening and perspective-changing to me on so many levels. And to be able to share that with my colleagues in River City was just phenomenal and something I will remember for my entire life. I'm really looking forward to the virtual Gala coming up, and I'm just thrilled to still be a member of this awesome group, River City Brass.
Hey guys, my name is Sebastian Vera. I've been principal trombone at the River City Brass since 2015. I feel incredibly lucky to be in such a unique ensemble that has this sound that's been curated over time, and it's really reflecting its history and in the city's history. Every show feels like an athletic event. We're all exhausted after each show because we put our full heart into it. And anytime I get to play with my section mates is probably my favorite. Getting to play with Gabe and Hakeem, we started around the same time, and we've really developed a special chemistry and friendship. It really means a lot to me. My favorite memory would have to be when we got to go to Bangladesh, and a small group of us got to go out to orphanage on the edge of a swamp, basically, of a landfill, and got to play for all these young kids who had never heard our instruments before. And it was a really meaningful memory. But I'm missing all my friends in the band right now, and I'm looking forward to making music again soon. And thanks so much to all of our amazing patrons. I know all of you guys are going through so much right now, and the fact that you're thinking of us and helping support the band and support us to get through this really hard time means the world to us, and it's incredibly humbling. Here's to 40 years and to many more.
There's no business like show business, is there, ladies and gentlemen? And there would be no show business if it weren't for the generous sponsorship of quite a few people. And tonight is no exception. We'd like to thank Highmark, Dominic Ruprecht, Doug and Carol McPhail, UPMC Health Plan, Watright Communications, Federated, Trust Franklin Press, Ensco Long, and especially Don and Annette Jacobson, who have been especially generous. Please give them a virtual and actual round of applause.
I'm Joey Natalia and I play percussion and I'm 11 years old. I love it. I like school brass. It's really fun.
My name is Eliana. My age is 7. I play keyboard and trumpet. Well, I just started.
Oh, you did?
Yes, this is my first year.
I'm Dario Aliberti. I'm 12 and I play the trumpet. I'm playing Concert Rondo by Mozart, and it's a great classical piece. Sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's high, and those are great challenges for trumpet players.
My name's Anaya, and I'm in first grade, and I play a baritone. This is a very big instrument, and it's pretty heavy. I'm Aubrey. I'm 10 years old, and I play the trumpet. I get nervous because I don't want to mess up on stage.
Name's Haley. I'm 10, and I play trumpet. It's only hard if you don't practice.
And how often do you practice?
I practice every day.
Every single day?
My name's Lizam. My age's 6 and 3/4, and I play a pocket trumpet. I've been coming here for like 1 year now, and my teacher's Miss Samantha.
My name is Michael Callaghan, and I play the trumpet, and I am 12 years old.
I like music because it kind of like runs in my family. A lot of people in my family play music. I also do chorus and orchestra, so I do all 3 of those. It's just really fun.
Hello, my name is Samantha Croach, and I've been playing cornet with the River City Brass Band since 2015. Probably my favorite memory being a part of the brass band was a couple years ago at Christmas when I got to sing "I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas." It has always been my favorite Christmas song since I was very little, and it was kind of like dream come true to get to sing that with the band. Personally, one of the greatest things too being a part of the River City Brass has been getting to build and expand the School of Brass program. The brass band is doing so much to expand their youth programs that they offer, and it's been such a great opportunity to be part of that and watch these kids grow and learn to play brass instruments. It's been very rewarding and exciting for me. I know that right now times are tough and different, and I really believe that through the strength of the band, the ensemble, the musicians, that we're going to pull through with all of this, and we'd be nothing without our audience, who we're, for all of us, are forever grateful for everything that our patrons do for the organization. So here's to 40 years of the River City Brass.
My name is Drew Fennell. I've played with the band since I was 20 years old. I was at first a substitute with the band, played pretty frequently, but finally became a full member in 1998. So I've been playing with the band now for, I think, about 22 years as a full-time member. I started out as a solo cornetist. I played assistant principal, sat next to Bernie Black for about 8 years. It was a great time, a real challenging time, and subsequently then moved to playing solo flugelhorn, which is what I've been doing since. I think it's a position that suits me really well. I've written a lot of music for the band, about 100 or so original arrangements, and then quite a few original pieces as well, pieces I've composed. And the other thing that I do quite a bit is singing, which leads me to talk about some of the most special memories I have with the band. I would say a lot of them happened on Labor Day weekends. We would very often travel to Indianapolis. There's a venue out there, a very large outdoor venue called Conner Prairie. Routinely we'd get 5,000 people for a concert, and we'd do 2 concerts in a weekend. It was pretty special to play for that kind of an audience, and really took it for granted because it's exciting to play that kind of a performance. There's an electricity you don't get any other way, and certainly standing in front of the band singing songs for that audience was very special. It was as close as I could ever get, I would say, to feeling like a rock star. So the song that has meant the most to me to sing over the years, and I've done it maybe 200 or 300 times, is God Bless the USA, the Lee Greenwood song. And performing it there was always special for that audience. But certainly the most special performance I can remember with this band was singing that piece 2 days after September 11th. It was truly an emotional experience for me, and I think for the whole audience. So I want to thank the audience. We have the best people you could ever hope for, rooting for us every time we go to perform, and I couldn't be more thankful for that. And so I want to wish the band many, many more years of performing, and thank everybody for coming to our shows. Hopefully we'll get back to playing together soon.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Well, as you know, the River City Brass is extremely famous as being one of the best brass groups in the world, quite frankly. But less well known, perhaps, is that we're also very active in education. We have 2 programs, one out in Penn Hills, and that's offered free of charge to children from age 5 upwards, and the River City Youth Brass Band. Now, these programs cost a wee bit of money, so if you feel like donating, especially to the education programs, please do so. You'll be helping a child who cannot afford tuition through a scholarship or an instrument that we can buy for them and put into their hands. You never know. You might be sponsoring the future Wynton Marsalis. And now, enjoy. Let's face the music and dance.
Good evening, and welcome to River City Brass's virtual gala. I'm Mary Rogers Schubert, a board member and the chairperson of this evening's gala. This is my husband, Richard. We are new fans, relatively new fans of the band, but no less enthusiastic. We have been blown away by our experiences with the band over the last few years. We have been impressed by their student music program, teaching young people how to play musical instruments, and how much our loyal, young at heart fans enjoy concerts that bring back the big band sounds as well as their favorite Christmas carols. We enjoy the Celtic Connection concert. It's a great way for us to start our St. Patrick's Day celebration. The band gives back to the community in many ways. One way is by providing scholarships for students to learn how to play the instruments that would not be able to afford them otherwise. They go to senior citizen centers and do concerts for patrons who can no longer come to concerts in person. Most recently, they gave wonderful musical relief to the pandemic by providing free Facebook concerts that were enjoyed by hundreds of fans around the world. River City Brass is a true Pittsburgh treasure, and we congratulate James Gourlay and the band members for 40 fabulous years of music and wonderful memories. Not only do we congratulate them, we want to financially support them, and we hope that you would join us in our effort so that we can have 40 more years of fabulous big brass music.
Hi, my name is Grant McIntyre, a board member of River City Brass since 2018, but a fan for longer than that. I want to, first of all, congratulate River City Brass on 40 great years, and want to make sure our patrons know we really appreciate you at all times, and especially right now as well. One of the first memories of River City Brass is when those bagpipers come down the aisles, and many of you likely know what I'm referring to. Such a great melding of brass and bagpipe, really great moments in that concert series. And on a personal note, it's really cool to be involved with the River City Brass and the maestro, who recorded a CD of tuba solos, and as a young tuba player, listened to those frequently. Very impressed and wondering how I could ever be that good on the tuba. So River City Brass always been an important part of my life, and again, congratulations on 40 great years.
Hi. It's good always. It's always good. We enjoy it. We always come.
As always. It's fantastic. It was really, really good. I thought it was wonderful. It was great.
Yeah, it gets better and better every time I see it. This is my second time coming. I came for Christmas, and it's just awesome. A bunch of talented musicians doing what they want.
Mine's always the 1812 Overture.
Sound of Music. The 1812 Overture by Tchaikovsky. He's my favorite composer. So. Sound of Music and 1812 Overture. I really like the Sound of Music and the 1812 Overture, especially in the tuba solo by the maestro was wonderful. Everything was just great. It has a sense of humor in it, and as well as professional music, it's just great.
Hi everybody, this is Jeff Nicodemus. I play the principal E-flat soprano trumpet, and I've been doing that for quite a while. I joined the brass band in 1984, many moons ago, and I played second cornet, and then I moved to repiano cornet for a spell, and then I played a few years on flugelhorn. And in the fall of 1987, I moved to the E-flat soprano chair, which I'm still doing today. It's been loads of fun over the years. A lot of folks would presume that my favorite song is the Stars and Stripes Forever, which actually I don't mind that. That's always a load of fun, and I get to show off a little bit. It's really not that hard, but I'll tell you what, after all these years of playing that song, it's always last on the program, but I really didn't miss playing it this summer, so we'll just move on from there. The style of music that I think the band, as it is right now, really excels at playing movie music or show tunes. I think the way James does the arrangements are just really terrific, and it showcases the band at its best and accentuates all the positive things about our playing. One thing that stands out head and shoulders above all else, in 1988 it was, we went to Australia via Hawaii. So we went to Hawaii for a few days, then went to Australia and poked around that country for a while, and then we ended in New Zealand. We were gone for 30 days, so it was a whole month. And that was just a great time. It was Hawaii. What more do you need to say, right? Everybody who continues to support the band, we really appreciate it, and we hope you continue doing that. We wouldn't be here without you. Please, once we start coming back and playing, fingers crossed, once we get back to it, we like to see your faces. We miss everybody. We miss playing together. We miss being together. We miss the audience. We miss all of our fans and all of our patrons.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for taking time this evening to support your River City Brass Band. My name is Sean Wilson. I've been a member of the band since the 2015-2016 season. I was a longtime sub before that, and even before that, I was a member of the River City Youth Brass Band. So I think I've been associated with the group since about 2003, 2004, somewhere in there. And I'm one of a couple members of the band who have started in the youth brass band in high school or middle school even, and kind of come up through the ranks through the farm team, and now are a full-time member of the River City Brass Band. But probably my favorite memory of the band over all those years, last year in February we took a small group to Dhaka, Bangladesh for about a week, and played with the kids in the schools there, taught some lessons, master classes, put on a couple concerts obviously, and that experience was really pretty eye-opening, seeing that part of the world, which I'd never seen up until that point. And it was an experience that I'm truly grateful that the brass band was able to give us, just so maybe we could give back in what way we could. For me, the River City Brass Band is all about having fun while sharing the gift of music with all of you guys. And it's something that I think all of us truly miss right now, being able to do that in person. But if you've ever been to a River City Brass Band show, it's all about fun, and it's an engaging evening with music and the occasional joke from James. Happens every once in a while. But at any rate, I hope you guys enjoy the show and the gala tonight. Thank you for taking time to support the arts in Pittsburgh. And here's to another awesome 40 years with your River City Brass Band.
Hello everyone and good evening. Jim and Val Ostrowski, board member and season ticket holder. Just a couple of comments. First and most importantly, a huge thank you to Don Jacobson and his wife Annette for their tremendous support over the years. As a matter of fact, if it were not for Don, I would not be part of this fine organization. You see, several years ago, Don nominated me to take his place on the board of directors. For me personally, I couldn't be more proud. This organization has helped me understand the true meaning of teamwork and perseverance. Both of those characteristics have helped me to grow personally and professionally, and for that, I will be forever grateful. Don, the business and marketing skills that you have demonstrated on behalf of River City Brass will never be forgotten. I only hope to be as influential and as philanthropic as you and Annette someday. Don, I truly appreciate the guidance you have shown me, but more importantly, the friendship that you and I have developed over the years. Thank you for all that you have done. Finally, my most memorable moment occurred just this past November, when James Gourlay himself showed up outside of my office on November 13th, playing Happy Birthday to me on his tuba. The entire office floor was amazed that the director of the River City Brass Band took the time out of his day to perform a solo for me. This is just one example of a director, an organization that goes above and beyond.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you've just joined us on the internet from wherever you are, please stick with us because we've got an exciting live show coming up just in a few minutes. And you'll also have the chance to meet our two honorees, Don and Annette Jacobson. They've been friends of the River City Brass Band for a number of years, and Don is the only person that ever took me to a Steelers match and paid for the ticket and the beer. So he is a special man in my book. And for that end, there's a piece of music that's been written especially for the Jacobsons Fanfare, and it will be receiving its world premiere in our live show. So stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Don Jacobson.
And I'm Annette Jacobson.
I was a member of the River City Brass Board for many years, and I was chairman of the board as well. It was the most gratifying assignment I've ever had, and I have never had more fun.
I'm a huge fan of the band and have enjoyed attending concerts and helping with fundraising and the gala events. We love the River City Brass and are delighted to be this year's gala honorees. We especially are appreciative of a new piece of music being debuted this evening, the world premiere entitled The Jacobson Fanfare, written by none other than James Gourlay. It is clearly destined to be a top 40 hit nationally.
And worldwide. I love the River City Brass because it's accessible to everyone. The band goes out to the people and they explore and perform music that appeals to such a wide audience. The River City Brass are not your grandparents' brass band. I'll never forget when James told me they were going to perform joint concerts with the Carnegie Mellon Pipe and Drum Band. Brass and bagpipes, are you kidding? Come on, but as it turns out it was brilliant, and it's become a regular sellout every concert. Annette, you have a wonderful personal memory about the band.
Yes, I do, Don. We often took family members to band performances at the Palace in Greensburg. For one of the Christmas Brass-tacular performances, we took a very large party of 12 people, mostly my aunts and uncles and other family members. After the performance, James was kind enough to meet with our group. My 90-year-old aunt and her best friend, both local Greensburg residents, were frequent attendees of the River City Brass concerts at the Palace, so this was very exciting for them. After meeting the maestro, my aunt said that he was even more handsome and younger looking up close than he was on stage.
I'd like to thank the River City Brass for making our region, our country, and the world a better place through community outreach, youth programming, and artistic excellence and creativity. Creativity has been essential during the COVID crisis, and their virtual performances have provided welcome entertainment for all.
Music is meant to be shared. Musicians of the River City Brass share their talent and build and support the community at the same time. We are grateful for all of your support. We'd like to thank all of the patrons and supporters of the River City Brass. Whether you occasionally attend a concert, are season ticket holders, or provide financial or other support for the band.
So please, join us in toasting 40 awesome years of the River City Brass.
Hi, I'm Paul Farriga, Vice Chair of the River City Brass Band. You know, not all of us can be professional brass players, but any one of us can enjoy professional brass players by attending any concert of the River City Brass Band. For the last 10 years, I've been honored to be a part of this great organization. Perhaps my favorite concert series that the band does is the nearly annual trip to Westminster College around the 4th of July holiday. There's nothing like the experience of brass music played under the stars with 7,000 people spread out on the lawn in front of the college's lake. On this 40th anniversary of the band, it's my honor, my humble opportunity to be a part of this great organization. I hope you feel the same way. Here's to another 40 with the professional musicians.
Hi, my name is Phil Betralia, and I am a board member of River City Brass Band. My history with the band is back in the mid-90s, my wife and I were given tickets to a performance at Carson Middle School. We had never heard of the band before, but we thoroughly enjoyed their performance, and for about 5 years thereafter, we were half-season subscribers, and for about the last 20 years, we've been full-season subscribers. My favorite musical memory of the band, without a doubt, is about 6 years ago when the band performed Ottorino Raspini's Pines of Rome. I had never heard the piece before, and it moved me like no other piece ever has, and sends shivers up my spine, to the point where I play it all the time around the house at full volume, and the cats run and hide. I can't listen to it enough. My favorite personal memory of the band will always be when they play at Westminster College the 4th of July weekend every year. You see, I am an alumnus of the college, so to have the band play at my alma mater beside the lake with fireworks shooting off, glimmering in the lake, will always forever be my favorite memory of the band. And to the patrons out there, we wouldn't exist without you. Your attendance at the band's performances, your support, especially during this challenging time, your donations have allowed us to continue offer incredible music for this period of time.
Hi, Paul Evans here, percussionist of River City Brass Band. Welcome to the Gala. 40 years. I've been around for about 30 of those years. We want to thank you. Thank you for your support, especially this year. This year's a tough year, COVID year. So our goal, desire, is just to be back on the stage playing for our audience again. So our hope is that you will be able to help us achieve that goal, and by your support financially and morally and physically. So let's try to keep this going for another couple years, or at least till I retire. So thanks again for coming. Happy anniversary.
Hi, my name is Tom Nist. I've been a member of the River City Brass Band Board of Directors for 15 years. I guess our music doesn't go out of style, and sometimes our board members don't go out of style either. I love the band. I love the music. We bring young and old audiences together and play the best music there is. We're very blessed for the band members that we have in the band. They're terrific artists, talented people. Our conductor, well, what could I say about James? He's just the absolute best man in the business, in my opinion. What I love most about going to a concert is to see people that I see over and over again who are just as loyal and dedicated set of fans as I am. We've gotten to know some people that way. We've gotten to reconnect with some old friends that way who we just run into when my wife and I come to a show. So I love the music. Thank you so much, all of you, for your support for the band in whatever way you show that. And may the band play on. Have a great day.
At this point, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank once again our generous sponsors. I'd also like to thank our board of directors for their continued support through these difficult times. And speaking of difficult times, did the music stop at the River City Brass? No, it did not. Our innovative and creative musicians got their instruments out and initiated something that we call the Living Room series. We hope you enjoy a few clips from that series now. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it'll soon be time for the live streamed part of this evening with a world premiere of the Jacobson Fanfare. And as this is a fundraiser, well, we clearly want to raise some funds. And we're doing this through what we call a pay-as-you-like event. Now, it means exactly that. Any donation, however small or however big, will be greatly appreciated. And that will go towards our new season, which we're going to launch in January 2021, if we're allowed to do so. And you can get a taste of what that season is going to be like coming up now. We hope you enjoy it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, We're coming up to the end of the virtual part of this evening, but please stay with us because the live streamed concert is coming to you right now from the Oaks Theatre in Oakmont. And at this point, I'd like to thank our sponsors, of course, our supporters, audience members, musicians, and administrative staff. You are fantastic, and without you, there would be no River City Brass Band. And of course, I'd like to thank Leah Havas, my beautiful wife, for the support that she gives me constantly in my work. And ladies and gentlemen, we are celebrating two things this evening: the 40th anniversary of your River City Brass Band, and also 10 years almost to the day that we arrived in the beautiful city of Pittsburgh. So please raise a glass to the River City Brass Band. Cheers.
Cheers.
Hi, I'm Dominic Ruprecht.
Hi, I'm Suze Kessler.
We're on the board of the River City Brass. We want to thank the band for 40 years of great music, and here's to 40 more.
A toast to 40 years of incredible music. The band is now middle age, but has never sounded better.
Here, I'd like to make a toast to the River City Brass. I know I'm recording this in the afternoon, but it's 5 o'clock somewhere in this world. So here's a toast to the River City Brass Band. Many more concerts to come. Let's create more memories. Cheers.
Let's raise a glass to 40 years of excellence and 40 plus more years to come. Congratulations, River City Brass Band.
Cheers.
And join us in a toast to River City Brass and all its wonderful music. Cheers.